Hey guys, we're here in South Dakota still, and we're at Wonderland Cave. We're gonna check it out. You know we love caves here on the channel. We love to go in caves. But let's check out this buddy right here. All right, this is Marshall Deadwood. This is my buddy. Get a close-up on his face real quick. Okay, I normally don't like to make fun of people's appearances, but Marshall over here, yeah, he's been through some rough times. And his horse is tiny as crap. Kyle, come on now. Bro, I now have to cut it out. This horse is tiny as crap, guys, look. This is me standing next to it. Oh, there's a bucking bronco over there. Guys, it's a buckling bronco. Just kidding, it's an elk. But he's in a weird position. Look at his face.
So the bats don't get so
What? Since you guys are the first two of the day, just watch your step here in the doorway. Got me up on this line there. Let's see if we can do it.
Whoa.
Alright guys, go ahead and head down this first little set of stairs. We were actually found all the way back in 1929, so we're going on 100 years ago already out here. But it was actually completely by accident. There was two brothers, Pete and Thurston Lean, who were loggers. So they were actually just cutting trees out in the canyon one day. Their dog ran away chasing after a rabbit, so they're really just looking for their dog, and they happened to find a cave. We have any guesses to what they might have been hoping to find down here? Gold? Gold, you got it. Yeah, they were hoping to start a gold mine. They look a lot like dog's teeth, so dog-tooth spar crystals. But those are really why the brothers thought there might be gold down here. They thought they were quartz crystals. They do look a lot like quartz in some places, but not quartz. Not going to find gold around here. Basically, the dog-tooth spar crystals are crystallized forms of chalk, so really, really pretty stones, but not a very valuable stone down here.
So don't take any.
Right, it's not worth very much.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. So upstairs, I mentioned that the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC, did all the work that we have done in the cave. We'll start to get a better sense for how much they had to do as we're walking around down here. Again, every single one of these rocks was cut and moved by hand throughout the 30s, and we're going to see a lot of them. So like I said, they spent almost 10 years digging all this out. And it was all just for public access. You know, the CCC did a lot of good public work, dams, bridges, state, federal parks. They did all sorts of public work. We are a privately ran business, but this is all owned by the Forest Service. So it's all federally owned. Nation, you might spot a little alien up there looking down at you.
I see him. I see him.
Yeah, he's got kind of a runny nose though. He's like me. He's got allergies.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh yeah. One thing to keep in mind with these caves, there's a lot more than meets the eye. That was a good catch, all right? Yeah.
Yes.
But we've actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was getting a little homesick. He was missing the stars, so we're trying to help him out, make him feel a little more at home.
Whoa.
All right, and I mentioned a little bit earlier, so the crystals that we're going to see in the cave are mostly dog-tooth spar crystals.
You cannot see it on camera.
Actually, workers.
Think you'll see any animals down here?
Hopefully not. I saw a bat in the other one.
We're starting to see some stalactites, stalagmites, some of our dripping formations now.
Cool.
So we'll do a little refresher on some of this stuff. All right, so a little background on some of these formations before we get into what they're all called. So all this stuff that we're starting to see in the cave, I like to think of it like if you've got really hard water and you get a line buildup in your showers and your faucets and things like that, It's really a pretty similar idea down here in the cave. We're underneath about 200 feet of limestone. So as the water runs through all the rock, it gets really heavy. It picks up calcite. And then down here, just like it does in our bathrooms, it leaves a little bit of that stuff, just little bits of it, one drop at a time as it runs through the cave. So over the years, it builds up and turns into these formations. So we're gonna see mostly stalactites and stalagmites. Anybody remember which ones are on the top?
Stalagmite.
Mine's on top.
No, the tights are on top.
Oh.
There we go. Nice
I
work,
thought
guys.
they were
Few
on
people
the
said it. Good job. So we got stalactites. They've got a hold on tight up at the top. Stalagmites are coming up from the bottom. So we talked a little how they grow. It does take close to 200 years to form an inch, so it's pretty slow.
Wow.
And we've got a couple neat ones over here.
Careful your head.
It's gonna run down the slope and you'll see what looks like a little waterfall. So flow stone. We'll see some flow stone on the ground. And then the same idea on the ceiling. Well, if the ceiling's got a slope, you're not gonna get a nice straight drip. You're not gonna get a stalactite. The water's gonna run down the slope and you'll get ribbons instead. Some cave bacon or draperies. So we'll see some cave bacon on the ceiling and some flow stone on the floor. For those of us in the back, it looks like you found it. Get a good look at that octopus on the ceiling. He's kind of a neat one. Maybe Davy Jones's beard if we like the Pirates movies. So we spot Snow White and her dwarfs up there, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's back there.
Yeah, right.
Guys, look at the ceiling, man. It's short as dingling.
These big geo, there's a lot of really nice crystals on the ceiling.
Oh, wow.
All right, so a couple things to see in this area. You'll see we've got a little wishing well down here. If you don't want to make a wish, that's just fine, but at least take a peek down there. It's a big geo. There's some really nice crystals on the ceiling, so take a peek in the wishing well.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're sharp though, so watch your heads. Don't stand up in there. The main color, or the main mineral we have in the rock is iron, so that's responsible for all these rusty looking colors, the reds and the pinks and the orange. Alright, so as we're seeing some of our bigger ones, keep in mind the age of these formations. So I say I'd say it takes about 200 years to form an inch. That is a cubic inch too, so not just a straight inch. So think of maybe like dice, like one little die, one little cube would be about 200 years.
Wow.
So we're seeing some stuff now, tens of thousands of years old.
Some of them have a flat surface. Does that mean that someone went and broke them off, or they just fall off sometimes?
It depends. So some of them, obviously I'm sure were broken off at points throughout the years, but some of them do break naturally. Calcite and limestone is prone to natural fractures. So even if there's a really minor little shift in anything, sometimes some of them will just break off. They're real creative with their naming. It's popcorn crystal. But underneath the popcorn balls, you can see there's actually little crystal points. So at one point, this room, underneath all these balls, would have looked like just the crystals and the geodes that we've seen before. But you'll see the popcorn wherever there's a lot of splashing going on. So again, we're thinking of the water in the cave, really heavy, hard water, right? So all that splashing water, well, over time, it's just going to leave those little balls that'll build up like popcorn, and you get popcorn crystal. So it's just from splashing water. So like here's one of those spots. You can see that there is some broken ones up there, but there's already been so much flowstone and things growing over the top of them that, I mean, it probably couldn't have been broken here within the last 100 years or so. It's been broken at some point in the past. Then there would have been. Nowadays,
Guys, we're going to this tiny little hole.
The main ones.
Selfie time.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so like I said, watch those heads.
It didn't show the background at all because it's so bright.
Oh, that was my head. First time I did it.
Good job.
I haven't hit my head yet.
You'll find where the roof is at eventually.
Oh, look at that way.
You know what I mean? Just
Kyle just wants to break them all like icicles.
if it was just like wax.
That's why they have to have it maintained. one just hit me though.
So the water that flows through the cave, by the time it gets down here, is actually very well filtered, pure drinking water. That being said, I actually don't recommend drinking the water. It's clean from the cave, but there's been a lot of fingers splashing around in there. So, you know, the cave might be clean, but I can't speak for everybody's hands.
Amen. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just playing her.
Yeah, chunk of coral back here. It looks like something was splashing in it.
Under the sea, under the sea,
A ribbon.
take it from me. Guys, we're walking back up the stairs out of the cave. How many stairs did you say there were? 200? About 127, that's what it was. 127. Price is right. Regardless of the number, we made it up the stairs. All right, guys, this has been the Wonderland Cave in South Dakota. I hope you all enjoyed. It was a crazy adventure, a crazy ride with ups and downs. So I hope you all enjoy. Subscribe to my channel, Socko 5100. This has been the Mom, what's the cave called? Wonderful Cave?
Wonderful cave. Wonderland cave.
Hey!